So hello and thank you for joining us here for this synchronous session to welcome all of you to AP Comparative Government for the fall 2019 semester. What I'm going to do is go through this PowerPoint, and those of you who are listening, please, if you have any questions, reach out to me. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an 11-year educator with Georgia Virtual School. I'm also an instructor of history at Columbus State University in Columbus, Georgia. I've been teaching for about 15 years. I was in the K through 12 classroom before coming here to higher education. I teach U.S. history for Columbus State University. I also teach comparative government for Georgia Virtual School, and I teach AP European history, both the A and B section. So my contact information is probably the most important pieces of information you will have. And it's listed here. You can always email me, but I also provide a cell phone number here. You can text me at this number as well. My hours of availability are daily, 4 o'clock to 8 p.m. So you can please feel free to reach out to me during this time. I want to tell you about the syllabus and the schedule. So your course syllabus and schedule can be found in your course information widget. I'll show you where that is in just a moment. The schedule of assignments is embedded in the course syllabus for your group. Right now, today, August 5th, the 18-week folks are starting. So in just a moment, I'm going to show you the 18-week schedule. The course information widget is on the right side of your course homepage, and you can let me know if you have questions. In fact, what I will do is go ahead and pull up our course. That way we can see the course schedule as well as this. Okay, so this is our course. I'm going to change it to a student view so it looks like what you are seeing. And I'm going to screen share while I'm doing this, just to make sure, in case this decides to work. That's good. Okay. As I said before, I have pulled up my our course here. So the first thing you see here is our teacher information. This is my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me anytime you feel the need to. Here is the course information right here, and here are those schedules. Okay, so we're in the 18-week schedule. I'll show you that in just a minute. 2 weeks from now, the 16-week folks are going to start their work, and then 2 weeks from that, a month from now, the 14-week folks will start their work. You've probably needed one of the first orders of business is to do the acknowledgement form. It's right here. And the link to our synchronous session, this live interactive session, is right here. Okay. Let me show you the 18-week schedule. It's a syllabus, so there's lots of information about the course. Even the grading information is here. But probably what you're most interested in is right here, the course schedule of assignments. So as you can see, starting with August 5th, 2019, we have assignments that are listed on the schedule every single day. Okay. We also have, as listed on the schedule, weekly assignment due dates. And so what this means is the assignment due date here on this Wednesday, the assignments that are due are each of the assignments that precede this date. So on this Wednesday date, I'm going to be looking for you to have turned in these assignments. And we'll talk about where to find these assignments and then the instructions for these assignments in just a moment. But I want to make sure you understand that On this Wednesday date by 11:59, you will need to have turned in the preceding assignments. On this Wednesday date, it's these assignments that will be due. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, and it's going to go like that, flow like that throughout the term. In addition to the schedule of assignments, there are several categories of information that may be of interest to you. Okay, probably is of interest to you. All right, so please read through this document. It is important. Okay, let's see where I am. I'm going to stop sharing for just the moment. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to go back to my presentation. All right. So, as I said before, the assignments that are listed on the course schedule are things that you need to do each day. The schedule is calendar. You should follow it closely, and this assignment due date is on Wednesdays. We have a late work policy here at Georgia Virtual School. As I mentioned before, assignments are due each Wednesday at midnight or 11:59. Gives you about a minute. If you do not turn in your work by the assignment due date, you may turn in work for credit up to 2 school days late. There will be a penalty, a late penalty assessed for turning in late work. The school days are Monday through Friday. So a 20% late penalty is deducted for assignments that are submitted on Thursday or Friday, following a Wednesday assignment date. At the end of the day, on Friday, that's 11:59 p.m., assignments will no longer be accepted for grading credit unless a formal extension is requested and approved in accordance with GAV's makeup work policy. Okay, so you have until 11:59 on Friday to turn in work that you missed from the previous Wednesday. You can still turn it in, but you'll get a 20% late penalty assessed to that. This might make it a little bit clearer. So this is our assignment due date right here. If you miss this date, and what I'm looking for on this date is work from the preceding week, right? If you miss this date, then you can turn it in on this day or this day for 20% off. If you don't get it in on either of these days, the 0 stays and you're not allowed to turn it in. Very important to understand, technical difficulties are not an excuse for late work. Okay? If you're having problems, then you need to contact the help desk and get them to help you with your technical problem. Okay? Hopefully there won't be any questions about that. The last week of instruction, some final assignment due dates. It's ending. Our semester's ending early this year. The last assignment due date Wednesday is November 20th, and then there's that Thursday and Friday to turn in late work for a 20% reduction. Okay, we do have an assignment listed on Friday, November 22nd. It's just a discussion. If you don't turn it in on that day, you have until Tuesday, December 3rd to turn that in. But it's a very small assignment. It's just a discussion. So what about vacation, you may be asking? And in the fall, we're not so much going on vacation, but a lot of you may be looking at colleges. going away for college weekends to look at different colleges, maybe where you want to go when you graduate from high school. Well, the expectation with Georgia Virtual School is that you work ahead. So if you know you're going to be out and you're not going to be able to log on to Georgia Virtual School and get your work done, the expectation is that you complete your assignments early so they are not late. You can work ahead anytime you like. Vacations and school trips are not an excuse for late work, and no exceptions will be granted for late work. No extensions will be granted for late work. And just a side note right here, I don't grant the extensions. If you have, for some reason, you're not able to turn in your work and you want an extension on the due date, if you ask me for that, I'm going to respond to you with a link that you will fill out a form, and somebody higher up than me will give you or review your request for the extension, and they'll make the decision. I don't make that decision. So as I mentioned before, technical difficulties are not an excuse for late work. This is an online class, and you are expected to have a computer and access to the internet. Georgia Virtual School classes can be accessed from many mobile devices. If you are managing your time and ensuring that you have the proper technology in place to complete your courses, then you should have no problem. If you're experiencing technical difficulties, you should contact the help desk. So there's a student success site that provides resources to make your transition to the online environment easier. I'll show you where that is. Let me share my screen again. All right, I'm going to slide this over, and here's our course homepage. If you come up here to Student Resources, this is the Student Success site. And when you click on this, there's a menu of options here for you to get your questions answered. Okay. Stop sharing that. Go back to my presentation. Get out of there. All right. Your Georgia Virtual School email is how you will correspond with me. I sent you an email earlier today, it was to your personal email. It was just the welcome email from me. I have to do it that way because some of you are maybe not in you're not in the course yet. But from all other correspondence, I will be using your Georgia Virtual School email. So please make sure you check that, you log on to it. There in the classroom bulletin board in the course, there is instructions on how to access your email. I'll show you where that is real quick. Share. I keep going back to screen share even though I'm running this in Camtasia because I'm wondering if it's going to work. I don't have good luck with Jigsaw, but anyway. This is what I'm talking about, how to check your Gav's email and set that up. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to this and get your email set up and make sure you check it every day. Okay, let's see what's next. You also have access to Microsoft Office 365. You can add this to up to 5 computers and mobile devices. You can get Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook. It also offers 1 terabyte of storage. That's cool. So everything you need to know about downloading and using Office 365 is in the Student Success site. So make sure you check that out for your questions. So in this course, you will be submitting assignments to me, and normally you will use either a Word document, some sort of word processing, or maybe a PowerPoint. If by chance you send me a document that I cannot open, here's what is going to happen. I will give you a 0, and then I will put in the comments section that I could not open your assignment, and I will tell you to resubmit it within 2 school days. Okay, so that's why it's very important when you submit things to Georgia Virtual School that you go back and make sure you get credit for it and read the comments that have been posted. I grade every night. I may not get to all the grading, but I do grade every night. And so your assignments will be graded within 3 school days. Make sure you are looking to make sure that you got credit for your assignments turned in and that you are reading the comments. That's very important. Okay. Once you read the comments and you resubmit the assignment and I'm able to open the assignment, I will grade it with no late penalty. That's if there is an assignment that was turned in on time, but I cannot, for whatever reason, open the file. Okay. I cannot accept any Google documents or external links for your assignments. No Google documents. Also, I cannot accept any assignments through email. That's very important. I have to have something in the Dropbox in order to give you a grade. So here are some common file types that you can submit. Right here. I expect you to do your own work. You can get information from the internet, but you have to cite it. You should not be submitting any assignments that have been previously submitted in another class. It's very easy for me to detect plagiarism. If you're taking this class and other people at your school are also taking this class and you're working together to put your assignments together, talking and collaborating with classmates is fine, but each person should do their own work. And it's very simple, very easy for me to spot when one person's done the assignment and everybody else has turned it in. Excuse me. If you need a detailed explanation of our student code of conduct, that can be found in the Student Success site. So at the Student Success site, there is some places for you to get help. Also, you can find the Student Handbook, which lists all the policies and procedures for Georgia Virtual School. The preferred browser for working with Georgia Virtual School System is Mozilla Firefox. You can download that for free at this link right here. Chrome is also a good browser to use. You'll want to stay away from Internet Explorer. It does not seem to work very well with our system. So if you're having trouble, first check to see if you're using Internet Explorer, and if you are, switch to one of these others I just talked about. So like I said before, you should use your Georgia Virtual School email to correspond with me. Don't use your external or personal email. Check your email Monday through Friday. If your grade falls below 70, your parents will receive a notification email about your grade every Wednesday through an automated response system that we use. Another important form of correspondence is the feedback that I provide on your assignment submission. So check your grades, as I said before, and also check your assignment feedback daily. The weekly synchronous office hours are the live sessions that I hold. They will be held once a week at this time, Mondays at 4 o'clock for this class. If there's a particular topic that you're struggling with and you would like for me to review it, I can do that at this session. They're always recorded, so you can always listen to the recording at your leisure. Let's see. Like I said before, this is an interactive session. So you can come and talk with me in real time, and I can share my desktop, and we can get questions answered if you need to get questions answered through here. So your test grade, your course check, course grade check can be completed daily. And you should be checking your grades daily. You can see the student success site to see how to check your course grade. Here's the breakdown for grading your work. Our discussions are worth 10%. Coursework and quizzes is worth 20. Tests and project is worth 50. I'll repeat that. Tests and projects are worth 50. So if you miss a test or a project, it will adversely affect your grade. And then our final exam is worth 20%. As I mentioned before, I will grade your work within 3 school days. I will also enter zeros for work that is incomplete. And what I do is early Thursday morning, I go in and look at the assignments that were due the Wednesday night before, and if you do not have an assignment submitted for that, I put a 0 in. I've mentioned this for the 3rd time now. Please review the feedback that I leave for the quizzes, discussions, and assignments. And if you have problems or questions, please immediately contact me. Okay, let's look at our course. Really look at it this time. Okay. So here we are. Here's the course. I mentioned the classroom bulletin board and the teacher information, the course information. I'm coming down right here. Here are the user links. So once the live sessions are recorded, I'll post the link right here. We don't have any yet because this is the first one. Another thing that I want to point out that's very important is the weekly news announcements. This will be for you to get information about how to work the course. For example, one of the first things I posted was the reading list. Okay. I mentioned before about assignments. You have your calendar of assignments to know what's due. Now let's find out how you learn AP Government and Politics. If I click here on Course Materials and then click on Content, this is how you are going to learn AP Comparative Government. If I click on Content, it will give me a list of the contents of this course. So your first module is Introduction to your GAVS course, and this is just going to give you some information about how to work the course. But our first unit or chapter or module in this course is Concepts in AP Government. Now there's some introduction stuff that you can read there, some overview stuff for you to read. But if you see on your calendar of assignments that you have to do the empirical normative assignment, here's where you find that assignment. And as you can see here, this is where you download the instructions to the assignment. If you see on your calendar of assignments that you need to complete the governmental structures of the core countries discussion topic, here is a direct link to that. The same holds true for this other assignment. Okay? If you were supposed to submit an assignment, empirical and normative, and you've completed it, you've put it on a Word document, the way you submit it is you come up here to assessments, and if it's a Dropbox item, click on Dropbox, and there you will see folders for each of the assignments listed on the schedule of assignments calendar. Whichever assignment you're working on, when you're ready to submit, just click on the name of the assignment and you'll be prompted to submit your file. When you submit your file, what you see here is this 0 turns to a number 1, or if you submit more than one file, it's 2 or 3. Okay, so that's how you know that it has been submitted. Okay, what else do we talk about? Okay. Also here under assessments, if you want to go directly to discussions or quizzes, this is how you go. But in the content, I have put direct links to all of the assignments. Now when you, after an assignment due date, and after I've graded, you're going to want to check your grades. And to do that, you just come over here to assessments and then click on grades. And then you will see all of the grade items and your score and any feedback I leave. Okay. Oh, I thought I was sharing that. Okay, Jigsaw and I don't get along very well, but I have my Camtasia. Okay. If you find yourself having trouble working the Georgia Virtual School System, which is also known as Brightspace, Georgia Virtual School offers some help sessions for students and parents. The dates and times for this semester's Brightspace help sessions are listed here. Student helps, there's always news announcements posted on the course homepage. So you can easily click on one of those links to access one of these sessions. They usually last a couple of hours. So here's some more instructions about the help sessions. And as we end, I just want to remind you that I'm here to help you. I want you to be successful in this course. So please don't hesitate to contact me if you have questions. And I really hope we all have a great summer. Thank you so much.